What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, I'm going to give you the two potential scenarios that could happen in the next coming weeks for BTC, and they are both bullish. So make sure to stay tuned. I'm going to show you very similar price action that has happened in the past for BTC, and it is also very, very bullish. So make sure to stay tuned. We're going to take a look at XRP. A lot of people asking for XRP. The XRP army is absolutely huge. There is also good movement in the charts, in my opinion, and I'll explain why in this episode for XRP. We'll be taking a look at BTC also on the 4 hourly, on the 1 hourly to see the immediate short term, what could happen, okay, guys? So make sure to smash up the like button and follow us on Instagram because we do post charts every single day here. Make sure to follow us. The link is down below in the social media area, okay? Let's go straight into the video. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, and I also do live streams to connect with the community. Not financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything that I say. Let's dive in straight into the video, guys. Now here we got the Bitcoin price on the 4 hourly, and these are the two most bullish scenarios that I see. Okay, they're the only scenarios that I see for the next coming weeks for BTC. There is one slightly bearish in the immediate short term, and that would be here having a major correction down to the $45,000, even $44,000. It is very, very possible. Now, if we do come all the way down here, and then in the next coming days after that, or come all the way up here again to retest this major resistance where we're currently at, just around about the $48,000, then this would be creating an inverse head and shoulder, right? So we've broken out of this descending wedge. We had a successful breakout with some decent volume, and now this is what could happen if we did have that retracement. This is the bearish case scenario in the immediate short term, and then being bullish in the next coming weeks, then having that recovery, and then finally breaking out from this major resistance, which is at the 48.5k levels, okay? And this would be creating an inverse head and shoulder. Now, if this were to play out in the next coming days, okay, and it might be a day or two, we could come as low as 44, or even we can come as low as $46,000 and come back up here. And this would still be an inverse head and shoulder, but with the right shoulder slightly smaller, okay? This is also very possible. Now, the other bullish case scenario would be, blasting off from this area, because this could also be a kind of a pennant, all right, that we are forming, and that we are going to break this area straight away in the next coming days. We're just consolidating. This is going to be a bull flag, and we're going to break out. Now, if this were to be a bull flag, taking a look here at the 4 hourly, we clearly saw this fake out yesterday. We were very, very cautious from this breakout from Sunday on the live stream, thinking, it's very, very likely that we're going to come back down because it's Sunday. The volume is not too high. So this has been a clear fake out. Now, if we do take this as a potential bull flag, okay, like this, as you can see, we do have a clear support around about the 47,300, 47,500, as you can see where I have this support line. And if this were to be a bull flag, we could take the pull from the ultimate low here of this impulse and from the breakout. This could take us all the way up here to the $55,000 area. This would be slightly less, already breaking the high that we created here in September. Now, that would be the most bullish case scenario. And as I said, the inverse head and shoulder would take us, this being the head, to the neckline, and from the breakout, this could take us higher, even all the way up here below the $57,000, right? This would take us all the way up here to almost $57,000. So that would be my two scenarios to look for in the coming days. Best buying opportunity, in my opinion, would be having that correction, and this would be a major buy area, okay? So let's quickly take a look at the BTC chart. First of all, let me just zoom out on the chart because I wanted to show you an example I almost forgot here. That something very similar price action that happened in the past here for Bitcoin. This was in February, and it is good to look at the past performance, okay? It doesn't mean it has to happen, but just so you can see how the market sentiment works on the chart, okay? When people get bearish, bullish, and this is all reflected on the charts. Now, if we zoom in here on the 4 hourly, and this, note that this happened in February, okay, from 2021, just a few months ago. Now we saw this massive run up, just like BTC had in the beginning of September, hitting that $53,000. Now we reached a peak right over there, and we had a massive fall straight after that, creating this descending triangle, okay, this descending wedge, sorry. Now inside of this descending wedge, you can clearly see that we formed a peak right over here, okay? And then we formed a second peak, which was further down here, hitting around about the $43,000. After the breakout of the descending wedge, we hit this major resistance zone right over there, as you can see here on the chart. This is exactly the $52,000 range. Now afterwards, we didn't manage to break above this resistance, and then we created a third peak, which was slightly lower than the second peak, forming this inverse head and shoulder. Now this inverse head and shoulder, as soon as we broke out, guys, this was off to the races. We exactly met the target of this inverse head and shoulder. If I get the measured move target from the head to the neckline and from the breakout, you can clearly see that the measured move was met here from this inverse head and shoulder. Now let me just go here and zoom fast forward so you can see the very similar, okay, movement that is happening for BTC right now. We had the peak right over here, forming the major drop into this descending wedge. We got one peak right over there, we got the second one, and now we could form the third one. We do have strong support levels where we could potentially place some buy orders, okay? So very similar scenario that happened here, okay, right over there, that could happen here also, okay? It doesn't mean that it needs to happen, but you know the deal, guys. You know, once we break from a descending wedge, it is looking very bullish, and we could start forming these patterns, right? So this is something that we are going to pay attention in the next coming days. And there is that other scenario that would be just breaking from these levels, which is also very possible from this bull flag. Remember, for experienced traders, Bybit, my favorite swing trading platform, you can get up to $600 worth of bonus to trade with, guys, using my link in the description. My day trading platform is PrimeXBT. I love PrimeXBT. You can trade more than 50 assets just by using Bitcoin, and you get 50% added to your deposit by using my link in the description, and Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promotion code. I got both tutorials also in the description here. Now let's take a look at this, okay, because I've been calling this since we formed the third wave on my channel. Since mid-August, we were potentially talking about these waves happening for BTC and peaking very soon, around about the $53,000 area. And this is where we had that major drop that we called very nice on the channel. We're also talking about this ABC correction. I was expecting the C correction hitting the $38,000. We did not. We just hit 39,500. And now we're starting pumping, as you can see. Now, the reason I got this on the chart is because I do see 5 waves coming now just after the C correction hitting 39.5. We're already creating the first wave. Now, if the first wave were to finish at this range over here, which is the 48,500 where we stopped, okay? We actually went all the way up to 49,200 approximately. This was yesterday, Sunday, around about that area. Now, if we were to finish here, this could continue to the upside in the coming days, meaning that the first wave would still be active. But if we start correcting heavily here in between today and tomorrow, then this would be the second wave of 5 waves that I'm expecting in the coming weeks. Now, if this were to happen, check out how also here from this A, B, C correction, you can form also this inverse head and shoulder. So the second wave would be forming the right shoulder. In my opinion, this is a scenario that I'm looking for. And then if we do come all the way back up, then we have completed the ABC correction, entering into that third wave that could take us all the way up here round about the $57,000, which is the measured move of this inverse head and shoulder. Okay, so that would make sense to finish the third wave round about that area, breaking here the September high of just below $53,000. Okay, I just wanted to show you what I'm expecting in the coming weeks, guys. Very exciting moments. Let's see what could happen and if we can take advantage, okay, on BTC with those major corrections, or while we're pumping here to the upside. Now let's take a look at XRP, because XRP is very similar movements. Okay, we got the descending wedge. There are a lot of altcoins that are having these very similar movements. We got the descending wedge breakout here for XRP. Not too much volume, but it is looking bullish anyway. Now we have that major resistance that we've been talking for months here on BTC. It's been a major support and a major resistance. This is the $1.05. We are currently just at $1.04 now. This is where I have this purple box, okay? We are struggling to get above this range. Why is it a major resistance or support? Because if we take a look in the past, the price has been struggling to get above or below that level in the past. As you can see, been heavy resistance, support, resistance. It has been very strong support there, resistance here, support right over here, holding very nicely. We dipped below it, and now it looks like we want to get above it. As soon as we get above the $1.05, close a nice daily candle here, then this is going to be extremely bullish, guys. The measured move target from this descending wedge is coming all the way here to the $1.40. And what I can also see here forming for XRP without counting this massive wick, because this is only noise, would be also an inverse head and shoulder. If we get these lower highs and connect them, you can clearly see that you can perfectly connect these lower highs, and this is where we're currently struggling here, where this major resistance is at $1.05. And I see this also as a left shoulder, a head, and all depending now on the price action, we could break out from here. But if we do not break out, we might consolidate here, going to 95, 90 cent again. And then this would be an inverse head and shoulder with a descending neckline, which is also very possible. I don't want to see in the comment sections, there's no such thing as descending necklines or ascending necklines with inverse head and shoulders. And yes, there is, guys. So yeah, we're not going to discuss about that. And the measured move, if this were to happen, is getting the head to the neckline. If we did have that successful breakout, guys, from this range, okay, so if we did form that right shoulder, it would be around about this area. We should go all the way up to the $1.30, and then eventually I see us coming all the way up here to $1.38, $1.40 to retest the top here of the wedge. Okay, so this is the price action that we can expect in the next coming weeks for XRP. Also, if we successfully close a nice daily candle above the $1.05, any type of retracement, in my opinion, would be absolutely great, because we are targeting first the $1.30, which would be the measured move of this potential inverse head and shoulder. Guys, this is what I got for today's episode. All right, make sure to check out the Bitcoinsensus website. We've got latest news, technical analysis, exchange reviews, so you can find out where the best exchanges are, the best bonuses, the best fees. Check it out, totally free information. The latest news today is Bitcoin related services offered to people in El Salvador. Now make sure to read that, guys, totally free. The link is down below. If you haven't seen my tutorial for Bybit and PrimeXBT to trade like a pro, the video is there on the screen, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you later.